What's going on, world? It's your boy Steve Dab 317 back with another reaction video, back with another Tom MacDonald reaction. This is my first one in a very, very long time. If you've watched some of my other Tom MacDonald reaction videos, you would know that part of the reason why I don't drop quite as many as frequently as I used to is because, like, instead of just listening to his music, I like to sit down and dissect it because typically there's a lot within the lyrics. Sometimes it's things you got to figure out. So what I like to do is go through. I share my opinions as I listen to it for the first time. With this song, I've never seen the video. I haven't heard the song. What I did do moments ago, I printed off the lyrics just to make it a bit easier for me to follow along. So I'll probably be stopping frequently. I have a lot of talking points. I'll express what's on my mind. Those of you who have been around a while, please do let me know if you get a different interpretation, or maybe if I get something completely wrong. Share some insight with me down in the comments. But with no further ado, let's go and jump right to it. Bottom real quick before we get started. So, overturned car, I do want to speak on that because fighter, I think somebody who survived a car overturn, it takes, not everybody makes it through a situation like that. So that's what I think, that's just kind of setting the scene for everything that's about to happen or everything he's about to say.
Bottom of the ninth, up against the odds, running out of time, only got one shot. When it's really do or die, when your back's against the wall, when you fighting for your life, do you believe in you or not? I'm a believer, I believe.
All right, so can we dissect just that first short stanza? So basically, bottom of the ninth, very very end of the game, or end of the road for some people. However you wanna look at it as an analogy, I guess end of the road. But basically, what I mean, when the odds are against you, when everybody else is betting against you. And if you think about it, I think the picture he's painting right here at the very beginning is like a situation where there's just a ton of pressure and like nobody believe, like it at least seems like there's nobody in the world who believes you. Everybody else is like, oh, you're going to fail, you won't succeed, you're not going to make it, your album's going to flop, whatever it is. Are you still able to believe in yourself? And then he goes right into his hook of saying that
I'm a believer,
right?
I believe.
Overturn car, getting out.
I'm a believer, I believe. Second guessing every breath, I'm full of questions. Passes full of cigarettes, alcohol and depression. Therapists and all the different pills can get expensive. All this bottled up aggression, I'm too old to get arrested. Almost died trying to get here.
I'm too old to get arrested. I definitely feel him on that, especially with a lot of the younger generation whose path I cross, and we have a difference of opinion on things, and sometimes Asian wisdom just leads me to realize it's more important for me to just walk away from a situation before I have to do something that wouldn't be the best decision. But going back to the video specifically, I love that he takes the time to be transparent. He started off early off in this song talking about, kind of painting the scene between the overturned car and just a lot of pressure, everybody betting against you, everybody rooting against you, but still being a believer, still believing in itself. And then in this verse, he's going into like just his life story, a lot of the stuff that he didn't been through. So if you think about it, like through all of the stuff he just mentioned, we'll go back and listen to a little bit of it, but through all the stuff he just mentioned, he still believes in himself. And
I'm full of questions, passes full of cigarettes, alcohol and depression. Therapists and all the different pills can get expensive. All this bottled up aggression, I'm too old to get arrested. Almost died trying to get here. Got high through my best years, got sober, then I relapsed, then I cleaned up, got my head clear. Sometimes it feels like there ain't to believe in, but I believe that we're out here for a reason.
Sometimes I feel like there's nothing to believe in, but I at least believe that we're out here for a reason. I think there's such great truth to that. You get so many people with so many different backgrounds and I guess belief. I can't really think of a different word to use, but you get people who come from so many different places, right? Who I guess buy into or focus on so many different philosophies and things like that. But when it's all said and done with, I think if we can all realize that, like, our existence, however we got here, wherever we came from, wherever we're going, but there's a reason behind it. There's a reason. Every video that we watch on YouTube, every person we interact with, every kind word, every time we speak to somebody, because like we never know what the next person is going through. You know, as an example, like there's been times where like I've just stopped and I'll use homeless people for example, and I'll have time on my day and I'll just stop and just hold a short conversation with them. And like to me, maybe it may not have seemed like much, just a general being polite conversation, but I never know where that other person was in their life, and at that moment, that conversation that took place for a reason. I was put in their life for a reason, and I think when we sit back and look at the world on a bigger scope and realize that, it helps us to understand and appreciate our own self-worth, because we all have great self-worth. It's just sometimes I think people can lose sight of that.
Sometimes it feels like there ain't to believe in, but I believe that we're out here for a reason. Yeah. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are. And you are a liar if you say you are. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong. And I think you're perfect the way that you are.
All right, so, and we're going to play that hook again with everything going on right now. And it is so much divisiveness, so much going on with the economy, so much with war in other countries, war in our country. So like there's just so much going on. And I think sometimes, especially when somebody's already a bit unstable, if I may, and you got people pulling from all different directions, like it can just create such a sense of uncertainty. So with him releasing this song right now in the midst of everything going on, I think it's especially great significance, but I think it's one of them things that anytime this song release could be helpful to somebody. But I just think right here, right now, with everything going on in the world, I think there are just a lot of people who just need to hear somebody say it, right? Because I'm a firm believer that you can speak things into existence. Right. So even with myself, I tell myself, hey, I can do this. I got this. I can do this. And it has a lot to do with my consistent grind, So putting out a song like this, and I imagine there's people in the world who just go play this song on repeat. And it's just a reminder, like, you know what? I believe.
Tired from the pressure I put on myself for years. Tired from my 20s, the whiskey bottles and beers. Tired of smiling while I've been holding back tears. But I believe I can do it, so I'm here. I'm a believer. I believe. I'm a believer. I believe. I've been told I have a death wish, no one's interested. Cold and too aggressive, close to hypertension. I'm broken from the pressure, explosive with my temper. I'm sober, but I'm stressing and hoping it gets better. Am I falling off? Should I give it up or put it all on pause? Let go of this dream so I can visit home and talk to mom? Maybe all I need's another Instagram post with a quote about believing in yourself when you're low.
Now, I didn't...
Falling off, should I give it up or put it all on pause? Let go of this dream so I can visit home and talk to mom? Maybe I'll...
I think he said, let go of the stream so I can visit home and talk to mom. I imagine maybe there's some background there aside from, I don't know if it's like with making music. Let me know, right? Educate me, because I don't know. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm asking questions. So, hey, hopefully somebody watching the video will know, provide some insight for me, for which I'll be very appreciative.
All I need's another Instagram post with a quote about believing in yourself when you're low. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are. And you are a liar if you say you are. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong. And I think you're perfect the way that you are. Maybe I'm weaker, and I know I've...
All right, and that last line also, I think you're perfect the way you are. Like, there's so many people in the world who feel like they need to constantly change to try to accommodate everybody else. And there's nothing wrong with making adjustments, but you also have to make certain you stay true to yourself. I think some people are so in search of their identity they allow others to have too much of an influence on what they do and how they do it. You know, I'm not suggesting you shouldn't care what other people think, because truth be told, we all care what other people think. I mean, that's just a reality. Just to varying degrees. Some people put everything, based off what other people think, and then other people are, I might care to the extent where I'll listen, but it's not necessarily going to change my life. So, just accepting you just the way you are. And again, positive affirmation. That's what I think the majority of this song is him, admitting, I won't say admitting to, it's him disclosing some of the things that he's been through and made it through, that he's still able to believe. And then a lot of positive affirmations. I believe, I believe in you. You can do this. If you don't think you can, you're a liar. Yes, you can. You can. You can. You are great. You know what I mean? And just that positive reinforcement, that support, like a lot of us need that in our life, varying times. And there's people who I'm sure who are watching this video right now who need it right now more than any other time, because things are rough, times are different.
Maybe I'm weaker, and I know I've lost before, but I'm a believer. Nothing is impossible. I'm a believer. I believe. I'm a believer. I believe. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are. And you are a liar if you say you aren't. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong. And I think you're perfect the way that
you are. Shout out to Nova. 11:18. I'm not, you know what? I'm actually not incredibly late with this one. I usually am, but that's all right. Hey, listen, glad you checked out this video. On my channel, definitely with my Tom MacDonald reaction, there are always going to be more of me looking into the lyrics, not just listening on a surface level. I try to better understand one for myself. Maybe sometimes some of the viewpoints that I share will be somehow positive or inspiring or influential to somebody else. I'm happy to know that. But yeah, I like the song. The video, let me think. I like the video. So the song itself, the tempo, the beat, I liked all of that. Right now, I'm just kind of replaying it in my head and thinking, like, I know it had a nice vibe to it. I know I was kind of sitting here rocking my head, which means I'm into the music instead of just sitting back listening to it. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Video sequencing. I didn't get a chance to study the video sequencing a lot. I noticed the overturned car, but I think that painted the theme of the entire video, which made sense. In terms of the transitions beyond that, like in the looked to be like a cathedral or a church or something along those lines, like I didn't really take the time to try to dissect any of that. But anyways, hey, listen, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you being here. Greatly appreciate you checking out my videos. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. But I think that's all I got to say about this one. Steve Dad 317, PVO, positive vibes only, and I'm signing out. Peace.